anything that you've been doing already is coming to fruition now. So understanding the reciprocity and the partnership. Some of you are sensitive to sound. Before we get started today, I want to take a moment to acknowledge that this is a difficult and dark time in the world for many of us right now. And I am coming into all of these readings with that understanding and awareness. And nothing that is shared here is intended to mitigate whatever else might be going on in your life at the moment. I see tarot as a way to empower oneself to be able to see things more clearly and know exactly where to take action when maybe the next best step isn't so clear. So with that, we will get into our readings for this month. Thank you. Pisces, welcome to your March reading. Let's see what we have in store for you.
As always, we'll be using our classic Mystic Compass spread, starting here at the north. This card will represent the area of your life that has to do with housing, finances, career, etc. And then we've got an action item to follow. Over here to the east, we've got our thoughts, mindset, focus, dreams, as well as an action item to complement. Down here at the south, we've got our passions, our belief systems, anything that gets us really fired up, that gets us going, and our motivation, as well as a corresponding action item. Over here to the west, we've got our feelings and emotions, anything that is touching us in a deep emotional way, as well as an action item that corresponds. Finally, we've got one card in the center to tie everything together to show us what exactly we are looking at as the main point of the reading of this month and how everything is interconnected.
To the north, starting out with the Wheel of Fortune. This is a great positive omen for you. So we're talking about how the Wheel of Fortune is showing up for you in your world of career, finances, housing, etc. And so this is a really positive sign. I am inclined to share that there is, of course, just like with any sort of lottery or any sort of game system, there are winners and losers. In general, this is indicating that you will be winning, that there's a lot of positive luck coming in for you, a lot of positive change. And so if there's something that you've been working towards or hoping for, it's a good chance that that's going to happen for you. Maybe you put in an application on a new apartment, or maybe you are in a bad living situation that you need to get out of and you've been looking forward to a better one. Maybe you're moving in with a friend, maybe you're just moving to a better neighborhood, or maybe you're moving to a whole different city, state, country. All of this is positive. It could be that you have been needing a job, you've been out of work, or you've just been dissatisfied with your current role. And this is a good sign that if that's what's been on your mind, then that is coming towards you, a better work situation. If you have been having any sort of conflict with your family or people that are close to you, maybe your roommates or anybody else that is in your housing situation, extended family members, this is a good sign that things are turning in your favor. Also, anything monetary, if you have been, maybe you've had a lot of expenses coming up and you've just been feeling like you can't get ahead because you're spending all of your money on and putting all of these expenses on your credit card and things like that, any like medical bills or any unexpected expenses like a car payment, maybe you had car repairs coming up unexpectedly. This is showing me that that is evening out for you this month. So that's a great sign. Let's see what your action item is. It is the 8 of Wands. This is also a great sign. So this is showing me that you have already put in the work. You've already done a lot of hard labor in the past, and you've already planted those seeds to get out of these poor situations. Maybe you've started paying off your credit card with the minimum monthly payments, and then you were able to start paying more than the minimum monthly payments, and now you're finally going to be able to pay off your credit card, something like that. Or maybe you've been saving away to put money towards buying a house, and now you're able to actually buy one. Or maybe you've been putting money away to just move to a new apartment, like I was saying earlier, and anything that you've been doing already is coming to fruition now. So anything that you prepared in the past, we're talking months and years. This isn't just something new. It could be weeks, but I'm more inclined to say that this is longer term than that. Now is the time to use whatever you were storing away. Maybe you had money saved up for a rainy day, and now this is your time to use that to be able to move to a new location, and maybe start a new job for some of you. That's what I'm seeing. Also, there are messages coming in, so don't forget to have your ears open to listen for those messages. They can come in the form of prayer, meditation, just talking with a friend, or maybe you overhear a conversation on the bus or the subway, the train, public transportation, or maybe you're in an airport and you overhear a conversation, or just walking down the street. But there are messages that are coming to you. You might not be able to see them directly coming at you, but just be listening around for what those messages are. Let's move over to the east with our thoughts and focus, anything that we're setting our mindset towards, and our dreams. Here we have the Queen of Wands. You all know how much I love the Queen of Wands. This is a great sign for you. So things that you've been thinking about or dreaming about, in regards to stepping into your power and doing things that about which you feel passionate, or things that you think will make you more empowered. So maybe getting an extra certification or something like that. Or it could be just changing your mindset completely. And that's what you've been focusing on, is that personal development aspect of changing your mindset about how you think about yourself, how you think about others, how you think about your place in the whole world, in the whole universe. That is what's coming out here. This is not a very tangible exchange. This is more tying your thoughts and your belief systems to your spirituality and what you believe to be true for yourself and others. This is believing that you are an important figure on planet Earth at this time, and then using that belief to bring yourself forward, because once you shift your mindset about yourself, you'll be able to shift your world, your physical world around you. So everything starts with mindset first, and you are being set up, like we said earlier, for positive changes in your tangible everyday life. And this is also setting you up for making those changes on a mental level. So if you've known, Pisces, that you need to make certain changes about how you think about things, maybe think more positively or think in a more empowered way. For example, maybe you've been feeling a bit distraught or discouraged about anything, just the world as it is right now. Or maybe you've been feeling discouraged about your place at work. This is asking you to step into that mindset shift where you are the boss. You are the boss of your life. You are the boss of your own thoughts and your own beliefs. And this is really asking you to bring out that side of yourself, because it's going to be better for you in the long run. And your action item here is very interesting. Our 7 of Wands. We've got a lot of wands going on for you, Pisces. So your action item here is to weave through what is meant for you and what is true, like capital T, true, versus not, versus what is an opinion. So, for example, I believe it was in the time of Socrates, there was this differentiation between truth with a capital T and truth with a lowercase t. Truth with a capital T is absolute. There is no question about it. It is undoubtedly the absolute truth. And it is true for all beings, everything, everyone, every place. And then there's what's true with a lowercase t, and maybe that's more of what is true for you might not be true for someone else. It's more of an opinion. So it can still be true, but it's not an absolute universal truth. Okay, so maybe comfort is an example of that. Comfort is a state of being, and you might be thinking, I'm comfortable, so therefore this place is comfortable. But that might not be true for everyone else. It might be uncomfortable for other people around you. So this is asking you to navigate through what are all of those different options and what is really true versus what is just a thought or opinion or belief. And as that relates to stepping into your power and being in control of your thoughts and your mind, knowing what is true for you and making that true, or balancing how that's true for other people. So remaining compassionate towards others. And we can do that by thinking logically about what it means for something to be true or not. And also recognizing that truth can be different for other people and having compassion where other people might not feel that your truth is the same as theirs. There's a lot to learn there, a lot to really dive into as you relate to others, and some really nice and important messages coming through as a result. And this link with the double wands we have in this positioning here this month for you in the air, in the east, is interesting because this is asking you to bring your passions to the forefront of your mind. And what are the things that you're passionate about? What are the things that like really get you fired up? And how can you be embodied in those thoughts and in those mindsets? And how can you, maybe you're impassioned about something that makes you feel angry, but this is asking you to think about how you can change that to be empowered by it. How can you be empowered by that, empowered instead of angry? And how can you take action and be in total control? I see nothing but positivity thus far for you here, Pisces. Let's move down to the south. This is our fire element. So this is more passion and belief systems, as far as it can be religion or spirituality, but things that are really speaking to you. We've got the Chariot. This is also interesting because this is really driving this point home of like going full speed ahead. So if all the things I was just saying are also applying here, but even with more fuller force. So you're going full speed ahead, and you are using all of your momentum of the things that are making you angry, or the things that you just have a desire. Maybe you have a desire to learn something new. Maybe you want to explore world religions, or a whole new sense of spirituality, or a whole new meditation practice, or meeting new groups of people in community that are like-minded. This is a great time for you to do that, Pisces. So if you've been hesitating up until now, this is a good time to just go forward and do that. Let's see what your action item in this realm is. Three of Pentacles. What did I just say? Pisces. This is teamwork and working together. So you are being asked to meet with new people that can be your community. They don't have to be new people. Maybe you already know them. They could be friends, neighbors, maybe even coworkers for some of you, maybe new recent acquaintances, people that you've just recently met. It could be them. But this is asking you to work together towards the common goal. So we're still going full speed ahead, and you want to find the other people that are equally as impassioned about it as you are. So for example, I know a lot of you are going to be involved or already involved with unhoused persons initiatives. So it could be providing meals to people that are without homes. It could be providing other types of resources for those folks, housing. It could be providing any need. And if you're finding other people in the community that are equally as passionate about that, it's a great time to work with them. This is not a passive one-time conversation that you're having with these other people. This is actually being in community and working towards this common goal of which you are all passionate. So this is putting the passion into work, into something tangible. Another example could be political activism. If you're meeting with other people that share similar beliefs as yourself, and you don't like what's going on in your community at the local, state, or the federal level, you are able to work with other people in order to make a difference. And it does make a difference. It can be easy to think that I'm just one person, how can my work actually benefit anything? But you will never understand fully the whole ripple effect that your work has on others as well as yourself and on society as a whole. So this is important work, and there is a place for you if you are following your passions. Let's move over to the West. This is our emotions and feelings, and our water element. We have, yet again, more wands. So Pisces, this is a very passionate month for you. Here we've got the Four of Wands. So this is building a homestead. This is coming home to something or someone. It can be to yourself, but there's a feeling of home. This is less about the physical space and more about how you feel about it. So for those of you that are moving into a new space, this is about feeling at home there. Same as for those of you that are moving into a new job, it's about feeling at home in that new job. For those of you that are joining any new initiatives, new communities, or continuing on with old ones, this is about feeling into what those communities provide for you, and understanding the reciprocity and the partnership that goes into that. This is a really beautiful card for you all. What is your action item? Three of Wands. More wands. So we've just taken a step back from the Four of Wands back to the Three. This is asking you to re-examine your feelings, and by re-examine, I mean that from a somatic level. So this is feeling into your body and taking a step back and asking yourself, what does it mean to feel at home? So not just does it feel like home, it's what does that even mean? Where do you feel at home in your body? Is it a warm sensation in your chest? Is it a tingling in your belly? Is it a sense of groundedness and firmness in your legs? It's going to be different for every person. Those are just a few examples. Is it a sense of knowing that, a sense of knowing on a somatic level in your body that you are safe and present, and that you are welcome in all facets of your being. These are all examples of what that means. So this is really asking you to take some inventory by taking a step back and examining it from how you feel, and noticing where those shifts happen. So does it feel one way in a certain part of your body and then shift suddenly to another part of your body? Does it start as an idea? For some of you, it might start as an idea, and then it will feel more embodied in a physical form. For some of you, it will start as a sound. Some of you are sensitive to sound, and so it might be a specific noise, it might be someone's voice, it might be a song, it might be sounds of nature, it could be animal sounds or wind in the trees or something like that. And so really taking that inventory to getting to know yourself on an emotional level and where all of that comes from. Let's see what our card is that's tying all of this together in the center, Pisces. Knight of Cups. I'm not surprised. Cups represent the water element that we were just discussing, and they haven't appeared yet today. So with this Knight of Cups energy, we are looking at leading with emotions first. And that doesn't mean acting before you think or speaking before you act, but it does mean that you are to be guided by your feelings and notice when your feelings change. So if you are in a specific place, you could be in the supermarket, you could be taking a walk down the street, you could be at your office, you could be taking a walk during your lunch break, or you could be taking a walk in the evening around the neighborhood, and you have a choice of which direction to go. And this is asking you to tap into that, into that intuition and lead with how you feel. So if you always turn left at the stop sign, maybe tonight you want to turn right and see what happens, just because something in you felt that you should. So it's paying attention to those subtle nuances. It's also sharing your emotions when appropriate and when safe to do so. So for example, if you do need to have a difficult conversation with someone, it's looking like, from what I can see here, you are already surrounded by people that are supportive of you and that are able to really hold space for you on this journey. And maybe they don't understand why you might be upset about something or why you think a certain way. And this is a really great opportunity for you to share those feelings. Or maybe you're being stubborn about something, and this is an opportunity for you to explain why, and it's because you feel a certain way. But so we're leading with emotion, and we are paying attention to our feelings and letting that guide us and sense where we want to go. Another thing that is popping up for a lot of you is you might have a lot of different events to choose from to attend. Maybe you have a new place you want to try out. Maybe a friend invited you to something else. You have a birthday party for someone. You have an anniversary for someone else. A baby shower for someone else. A wedding for someone else. Maybe you have your own party to attend. Or maybe it's just something new that you want to try, or something that you always attend every week or every month. And this is asking you to feel into whether or not you really want to attend all of those things, all of those events and activities. So for example, if there's an activity that you attend every single week for the last year, but suddenly you are invited to another opportunity at the same time, on the same day, maybe feel into which feels more aligned with you now, because maybe you're no longer aligned with the activity that you've been doing for the last year, and maybe or it could just be a one-time event that you really feel maybe there's no logical reason why you must attend, but there's a feeling and a sense that you should attend because there's something there waiting for you. That's the type of thing I'm talking about, Pisces, to really tap into that intuition. Be sure to watch the videos for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs to get a fuller picture of everything that's going on for you this month. Thank you so much. I wish you all a wonderful month, and I will see you again so soon. If you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you.